Hello everyone, welcome to our Comments and Answers TJ channel. I hope you're all doing well. This week, let's get ready for the comments section. Let's find hidden pearls. We're in the week of March 25th to 31st, during which we'll be analyzing Psalm 22. Let's begin. The first question is: in what two ways can we imitate the psalmist? Before answering the question, let's read the Bible text. Psalm 22 verse 22 says, "I will declare your name to my people, in the assembly I will praise you." Alright, so the answer to the question is: the first way is when we're present to sing kingdom songs. Many of these musical compositions are prayers, so we should sing them with a reverent attitude. Therefore, we should aim to be seated before the meeting chairman announces the song, and then sing concentrating on the meaning of the lyrics. It's important to remember that singing praises to Jehovah is a good reason to arrive early to meetings and stay until the end. The second way is when we offer comments in our meetings, so we shouldn't underestimate the positive results this produces. For example, we can explain how we've overcome or bypassed problems. This strengthens our brother's determination to follow biblical principles. If we include cited but not copied Bible texts or contribute the fruit of personal research, we'll encourage others to cultivate better study habits. Let's move on to the next question. What spiritual gems have you found about Jehovah, the ministry, and other topics in this week's Bible reading? Psalm 22 verses 1 and 2 says, my God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from saving me, so far from my cries of anguish? My God, I cry out by day, but you do not answer, by night, but I find no rest. Alright, so the comment is: in these texts, we can see that David knew from his own experience the effects that extreme distress can have on a faithful servant of God. This shows us that even faithful servants of God can suffer severe difficulties that break our hearts. But we must remember that Jehovah is a loving Father who comforts us and is close to his servants who cry out to him for help. He longs to comfort and heal our broken hearts. God can give us the wisdom and strength needed to face any adversity. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 22 verse 3 says, yet you are enthroned as the Holy One, you are the one Israel praises. Alright, so the comment is: here we can see that Jehovah is holy, meaning he is set apart from all sin, and that fills us with confidence. We live in a world where purity is uncommon. In one way or another, everything in this world apart from God is tainted by sin and imperfection. Therefore, we all have to fight against our tendency to sin. However, if we're not careful, we run the risk of falling into sin. But that doesn't happen to Jehovah. He doesn't run that risk because he is completely separated from sin. This confirms to us that he is the best Father and that we can trust him completely. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 22 verses 4 and 5 says, in you our ancestors put their trust, they trusted and you delivered them. To you they cried out and were saved, in you they trusted and were not put to shame. Alright, so the comment is: these two verses show us the importance of trusting in Jehovah because the end of this system is getting closer. Therefore, today more than ever, we have to trust in Jehovah's way of doing things. If we trust in the instructions we receive now and obey them promptly, we'll probably do the same during the Great Tribulation. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 22 verses 6 and 7 says, "But I am a worm and not a man, scorned by everyone, despised by the people. All who see me mock me, they hurl insults, shaking their heads." Alright, so the comment is, we see that sometimes there are situations that can make us feel devastated. But we must remember that Jehovah is a God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our tribulation, and can help us all, no matter how terrible a situation is. Our Heavenly Father can comfort us. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 22 verses 9 and 10 says, "Yet you brought me out of the womb, you made me trust in you, even at my mother's breast. From birth I was cast on you, from my mother's womb you have been my God." Alright, so the comment is, in the text, Jehovah reminds us of the close bond between a mother and her child, which was designed by our loving Creator, Jehovah. King David thanked God for bringing him out of the womb and for making him feel safe in his mother's arms. He acknowledged that Jehovah had taken care of him since the moment of his birth. If God created such a complex system for the mother to look after the baby and care for it lovingly, it's logical to think that God also cares about each of us, His children. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 22 verses 19 to 21 says, "But you, Lord, do not be far from me. You are my strength, come quickly to help me. Deliver me from the sword, my precious life from the power of the dogs. Rescue me from the mouth of the lions, save me from the horns of the wild oxen. Answer me and save me." Alright, so the comment is, these verses teach us that Jehovah can help us in difficult situations, so He encourages us to express ourselves through prayer. He sees how we feel and assures us that we can pray to Him at any time and that He will listen. For Him, listening to His servants is a pleasure, so we can pour out our hearts to Him, tell Him what worries us and how we feel, and also ask Him to help us see what we need to do. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 22 verse 22 says, "I will declare your name to my people, in the assembly I will praise you." Alright, so the comment is, this verse shows us that we can praise Jehovah in the congregation through our uplifting comments. We can also aim to intervene at least once per meeting, comment as soon as possible, sit in a convenient place, and learn to respond in our own words. By doing so, we will praise our great God Jehovah and also be a source of encouragement to our brothers. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 22 verse 24 says, "For He has not despised or scorned the suffering of the afflicted one, He has not hidden His face from him but has listened to his cry for help." Alright, so the comment is, this text makes us think about how loving our great God Jehovah is because He is aware when we suffer and gives us His unconditional support when we wholeheartedly ask for it, and He can provide a way out of any difficulty. Well, that was the analysis of the comments and answers for the hidden pearls for this week. I hope it will be very helpful to my dear brothers and sisters. I send you a warm embrace, and may Jehovah bless and protect you always.